It's Perp back with another video, and I just got done checking out the first episode of the Penguin Limited series. This picks up a week after the Batman, and it's so dope to kind of just be in this version of Gotham. It's dirty, it's grimy, and I like how, it just picks up right where we left off, where Oz right now is kind of just staring off into Gotham like it's up for the taking. And I like how they set up this first episode as far as, saying that now that Carmine is out of the picture, his son is the next in line, and he crosses paths with Oz. And one thing leads to the next where things start to go left. Alberto completely disrespects Oz. Oz ends up killing Alberto and just realized, fuck, I just killed the next in line. So this is what pretty much sets up the whole entire series and sets the tone perfectly what to expect from Colin Farrell's version of the Penguin. So now he has to dispose of the body. He's sitting there picking the body up, and I like this scene where he says, I don't need to hold this fucking body up, and just throws it down the steps. And as he's going to his car, he realizes there's some people trying to jack his wheels. And then he starts popping at them just to kind of scare them off. One of them gets left behind, and he starts to kind of just use this kid to help him get rid of this body. His name goes by the name of Vic. And throughout the episode, Vic pretty much tags along with Oz in pretty much being the driver, making sure he's doing what he's being told, just tagging along. We meet this character named Emma, I think her name was, and she pretty much lives in this like apartment. It seems like it was like kind of like a little hoe house or some shit like that, but he needed an alibi just in case. So yeah, and this is where we see Oz also take the ring that Alberto was talking about. That was Sal's ring, which we'll get back into that. So now Oz ends up taking Vic back to his place to kind of chill out, to kind of give his little fucked up, foot a rest. He also kind of takes a look back at the ring again. We also get to see that Oz has kids, and that gets brought up constantly throughout this episode. We don't see them, so that's going to be interesting to see that whole backstory play out. Now, Oz gets called in by the different families to discuss business, his business, them shutting down these factories, and him just being like, no, we can't let that happen. You making a mistake, you know what I'm saying? And him pretty much, the whole conversation he had with Alberto in the beginning, he kind of takes his ideas, but he does not know that Sophia is sitting right behind, or standing right behind him. And this is where we get our first introduction to Sophia and her presence, and how she doesn't really play about her brother, and she constantly is really pressing Oz. And I like how she goes about it. And I like the first thing that he says to her is like, didn't you just get out of Arkham? Which is interesting. And I really hope that they do kind of, or we do kind of see more of Arkham, even though they canceled the series. Anyways, we get this scene of them kind of just talking, just small talk, like her just, this is her way of trying to get information out of Oz to figure out what's going on with her brother and where her brother is. She obviously knows that he is up to something or is trying to hide something, and she lets it be known. She's not stupid, and Oz is not stupid, you know what I'm saying? And I really like how they show that throughout this whole entire series, how smart Oz is, and he sees the flaws within all these different families, and this is how he's going to capitalize on certain things as we see in this first episode. But I like this whole dinner scene right here. And then we get introduced to Oz's mother, and this is a really interesting relationship right here. It reminds me of Jimmy Darmody in Boardwalk Empire and his relationship with his mom. It's not as crazy, but even Tommy Egan with his mom, it kind of reminds me of that as well. This is going to be interesting. I want to see the role that she's going to play moving forward, because it's interesting to see that being the thing that he kind of latches on to. You obviously see that they're close, and that bond is going to definitely be broken and tested. I do predict that there's going to be something that's going to happen to his mom that's going to really push him over the edge to kind of take out Sophia, and I think Sophia is going to try to target his mom. So once again, Oz is pressing Vic, making sure that he's all in on this, because this is where we start to see Oz really take on that Penguin persona to the fullest when he goes to meet with Sal and tries to work out a deal with him. And Sal's like, nah, bro, I know you kind of shady and whatnot, but he's like, all right, I got your ring though. I got your ring back, and I'm just built different like that. So maybe you want to kind of think about this and let me know. But Oz knows, like, he doesn't really need him. He doesn't really need the Falcones. He just kind of sees the opportunity to kind of make them kind of go at war with each other and kind of reap the benefits of that. And it's interesting how he's trying to work both sides. Then as he's getting back into his car, he realizes that, damn, Sophia just kind of spotted me leaving the spot. Now they on his ass, and he tries to get away and is not successful. Ends up getting strapped down to a chair, butt ass naked, about to get tortured by Sophia, get his arm completely taken off. But before that can even happen, there's this commotion that goes outside that distracts everybody, and this is where we get the reveal that she sees her dead brother in this car with the ring and whatnot, had the finger missing and stuff. This was all Oz and Vic's plan, and I just love this. You know what I'm saying? This is really Oz getting into true form, becoming the Penguin character. The episode ends with Oz and Vic just having burgers and drinks, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about how Vic came up with the idea and just him trying to improvise. It was fun, you know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed this first episode. I thought this was a really dope start, and seeing all the different aspects of Gotham, seeing more of just this version of Gotham, Matt Reeves' Gotham overall, and seeing how this is going to go right into the Batman Part 2. And there's definitely some little Easter eggs I think we're going to have to kind of pay attention to kind of catch on and to kind of see the clues of what they could possibly be doing with the Penguin, if he is going to pop back up in Part 2, and in what type of fashion. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this first episode. I really enjoyed it. Till next time, I'm out.